Saudi Arabia versus Uruguay. And before I tell you where to watch it and at what time, you need to hear this stat. In Qatar 2022, Saudi Arabia defeated Argentina in their World Cup opener, the current world champion, Messi's team, by 2-1 coming from behind after being down 1-0, making a comeback in the second half. It was the biggest surprise of the most recent World Cup. And now, that same team in this same tournament opens their group against Uruguay, against Marcelo Bielsa's La Celeste, with Federico Valverde, Darwin Núñez, and Ugarte. A team that knows perfectly well what can happen if they get overconfident. It arrives in Miami with 2 key absences, making things more complicated. The match is this Monday, June 15th at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, in Florida, and you can watch it. And here I'll tell you exactly how, where, and at what time. Country by country, channel by channel, without skipping anything at all. The match is this Monday, June 15th, 2026. The stadium is the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. The same stadium where the Miami Dolphins of the NFL play and where the Super Bowl has been held. It has a capacity of 65,000. For viewers, the official time in the United States is 6 p.m. on the East Coast. The referee appointed by FIFA is the Italian Maurizio Mariani. The match belongs to Group H, one of the most interesting in the tournament. And in that group are Spain, Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, and the newcomer Cape Verde. Spain is the clear favorite to finish first, and the second spot is a direct battle between Uruguay and Saudi Arabia. That's why this match could decide who comes out on top in that fight. 3 points here for either team changes absolutely everything. That's why now let's get to the most important thing. Where to watch it and at what time. Before talking about the schedule, the thing that worries Uruguay's camp the most right now is Aras Arrascaeta, who won't be available for the match. Finally, the Flamengo midfielder, the most creative player for Uruguay, the piece that connects the midfield with the attack, was diagnosed with a muscle injury before the opener and won't make it for this match. But that's not all, because Barcelona's centre-back, Ronald Araujo, is dealing with physical discomfort and his presence in the match will be a question mark until just hours before kickoff. Marcelo Bielsa will have to solve this puzzle, and we'll see what the Uruguayan team's lineup ends up being. And you can watch it from your country at these times. In Mexico, the match starts at 4 in the afternoon, Central Time. In the Pacific Time Zone, it's at 3 in the afternoon. In the Southeast, it's at 5. The reference time for Mexico City is 4 in the afternoon. In Guatemala, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, and Costa Rica, all at 6. The match is at 4 in Panama at 5. Local time in Panama City. In Cuba, it's at 5. Havana time. The Dominican Republic is also at 5. Santo Domingo time. In Puerto Rico at 6 local time. In Haiti, Port-au-Prince time at 5 in the afternoon. In Jamaica as well. In Kingston, 5 in the afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago at 6. In Aruba and Curaçao, it will be played at 6 in the evening. In the 2022 World Cup, Uruguay also needed to win 3 points in the last match of the group stage to qualify. They needed to beat Ghana, and for Portugal not to win by more than 2 goals against South Korea. Uruguay did their job by beating Ghana 2-0 with goals from Jose Jimenez and Edison Cavani. But South Korea scored 2 goals against Portugal in the last minutes and advanced at the expense of Uruguay on goal difference. The Uruguayans missed out on the round of 16 with 4 points, winning their last match without doing anything wrong. Aras Arrascaeta was their best player, who, as we've mentioned, is injured and won't be available this Monday. This is the context. And now, the South American schedules. In Colombia, the match will be played starting at 5 p.m. Bogota time, the same as in Ecuador and Peru. Ecuador, 5 p.m. Quito time. Peru, 5 p.m. Lima time. A Monday evening, perfect to watch before dinner. In Venezuela, it will be played at 6 p.m. Caracas time. In Bolivia, at 6 p.m. La Paz and Sucre time. In Paraguay, 7 p.m. Asunción time. In Chile, at 6 p.m. Continental time. On Easter Island, 4 p.m. in Argentina, at 7 p.m. Buenos Aires time. In Uruguay, 7 p.m. Montevideo time. The debut match of La Celeste on a Monday at 7 p.m., the whole country is going to stop. And in Brazil, for example, it will also be played at 7 p.m. in Brasilia and São Paulo. In the state of Amazonas at 6 p.m. in Acre at 5. And now comes what most people want to know. Which channel they'll be able to watch the match on in each country without leaving any out. Before we get to the Latin American channels, let's go over the European schedules so no one misses anything. In Spain, the match will be played at 1 in the morning. That is, Monday has already passed, in the early hours of Tuesday the 16th. It's a complicated time for Spanish viewers, but those who want to watch it have the option available. In Portugal, also at midnight, at 12 in France, in Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, Belgium, Switzerland, and Austria, at midnight on Tuesday the 16th. In Poland, the Czech Republic, Hungary, Croatia, and Serbia at midnight at 12. In Turkey, Greece, Romania, Bulgaria, and Ukraine at 1 a.m. on Tuesday the 16th. And now we continue with the channels, starting with Central America. In Mexico, this match has special coverage because Uruguay is a team with a big following in Mexico. On free-to-air TV, you can watch the match on Canal 5 and on TUDN with the possibility of broadcast for this game. Remember that you can also watch it on the Azteca Deportes app and on Las Estrellas for some high-profile matches. In Guatemala, it's on Teletel 11 and Chapin TV and on Fox on free-to-air TV. On cable, you can watch it on Tigo Sport and via streaming on ViX Premium. In Honduras, also through Fox Sport with coverage of the match. In El Salvador, through Canal 4 and TCS TV on free-to-air signal. In Nicaragua, through Tigo Sport on cable and on ViX Premium via streaming. In Costa Rica, Teletica on free-to-air TV, the official network of the tournament in Costa Rica with more than 32 matches. On cable on Sky Sport via streaming on ViX Premium. In Panama, you can watch it on TV Max and RPC TV. In Cuba, on Tele Rebelde. In the Dominican Republic on Telesistema, on ESPN on cable, and on ViX Premium and The Go via streaming. In Puerto Rico, on Telemundo. On ViX Premium via streaming, and in Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago on Sport Max and ESPN Caribbean on cable. In Colombia, you have complete coverage with confirmed free-to-air coverage on Caracol TV. Also on RCN TV free-to-air. By cable through Win Sports on channel 510 of Claro TV. In Ecuador on Teleamazonas. In Peru on America TV. Channel 4 on free-to-air TV and completely free. In Venezuela, you can watch it on free-to-air TV on Televen with 40 matches of the tournament and by streaming on the go, a free option in Venezuela. In Bolivia, the situation is extraordinarily favorable for viewers because Red One and Unitel broadcast all 104 World Cup matches on free-to-air TV. It's not a mistake. In Bolivia, you get everything completely free. In Paraguay, it's available through Sport via streaming on the go and on Disney Plus Premium. In Paraguay, the match can be watched for free. On Gen or 13, if you're on that channel, you can follow it on Televen through television. And in addition, it will be available on Channel 13 via cable. In addition to DirecTV on the Sport, on Channel 610 via streaming, The Go, Paramount Plus, and Disney Plus Premium, there's a free option on television. In Argentina, on free-to-air TV on Telefe with all the World Cup matches. You can also follow this debut of Uruguay on the TIC Sports channel via cable, which has all 52 matches. Also, confirmed group stage matches are available via streaming on the Sport on the DirecTV channel. On free-to-air TV and completely free, you can follow the Uruguayans on Channel 5 for their team's debut. Also on Antel TV on the digital platform of the state operator. We remind you that in Brazil you can follow the match on YouTube, on the channel of the YouTuber KCTV, who bought the TV rights, and you can follow all the matches on his YouTube channel. We also remind you that in Brazil it will be available on TV Globo. In Spain, I remind you that you can watch the match live on the DAZN platform available on Movistar Plus, in Italy on Rai, and on Sky Sport. If you like the video or think there's a country we haven't mentioned, leave it in the comments and remember to smash the like button. See you at the next match. Barca yesterday, Barca today, Barca forever.